Good morning and welcome to Barre. Today is a holiday here. It's July the 5th, 2021. So I hope you're enjoying your long holiday weekend. Today you will need a Pilates ball or some type of ball. You can use like a playground ball even to put underneath your back and underneath your leg, or we're going to use it in a variety of ways today. Also a pair of weights. I have 3 pounds. I'm kind of regretting that because I just got back from vacation, so 2 probably would have been better, but 1, 2, 3, 5, whatever, however strong you're feeling today. And then a blanket to pad your knees because we will be doing the weight sequence on our knees today. So let's get started with a warm-up. Step off your mat, and as you inhale, reach your arms up, and as you exhale, find that big sun breath. Inhale, exhale. Again, inhale, exhale, bend your knees, bring your forearms to your thighs, pause right there. Take a cat bat and curl your spine, draw your belly in. And as you inhale, slightly open the heart to a gentle back bend. As you exhale, curl, hug your belly up and in. And as you inhale, open. And do that one more time. Exhale, curl, and inhale, open. Begin to fold forward now and keep a gentle bend to the knees. Walk your fingertips down, maybe pedal this forward fold out, playing with some hamstring flexibility. Begin to walk your hands forward into a plank pose. You should be on your mat for this, so your toes should be on the mat as well as your hands. Pause here, take a breath, and walk yourself back into that forward fold shape. Bring your forearms to your thighs again. Pause here in this chair pose. Root down and rise up, reach up, take your sun breath again, and we'll move through that whole sequence again. Inhale, reach up. Hands to the heart. Find freedom in the breath, freedom in the movement this morning. Inhale. Hands through the heart, forearms to the thighs. Exhale, cat your back. Inhale, lift your heart. Find neutral spine, fingertips to the earth, and extend your legs. Again, just playing with those hamstrings this morning. Walk your hands out into a plank. Pause there. Find stability in your core and the length of your body from head to heels. Walk your hands back, coming back into that forward bend, soft knees. Forearms to thighs, chair pose, pause there. Root to rise, up to stand, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more big sun breath. Inhale, reach up. Hands to heart, forearms to thighs, exhale. Cat your back. And open your heart. Find neutral in your spine. Begin to extend your legs, fingertips down to the earth. Shake it out, no and yes with your head. Then walk your hands forward again, coming into a plank. This time we'll come into a downward facing dog from here. So begin to lift your hips up, maybe separate your feet a little wider. Bend and stretch your legs. Downward facing dog is a great pose. It is a strength pose. It is a flexibility pose. It goes upside down. So there are so many benefits to it. So take your time exploring this pose. And shift your body into a plank. We're coming towards core now. So come into a forearm plank pose. Elbows drop down where your hands were. Press into the mat with your hands and elbows, driving forward as you press back into the heels. And from there, knit your low belly in and up, dome your upper back a bit, and pause. Separate your feet a little wider than your hips, shift your heels to the right, and take a full breath there. Back to center, shift your heels to the left. Back to center and to the right. Back to center, exhale left. Back to center, exhale right, last round. Back to center, exhale left. Back to center, come back into high plank. And walk your hands all the way back to that forward bend. Bend your knees, chair pose. Root down, rise with the breath. Hands to your heart. Coming onto our backs now, we'll grab that little Pilates ball or whatever you have. If you're at home and you don't have some type of ball, you can always use a pillow or some kind of a towel roll underneath there to support your spine. So I'm going to put that little ball right back there behind me, starting with long legs here, flexing my feet. I'm rolling back onto my sacrum, onto that little ball. And that'll just help me support, and I have a place to pull my navel down towards that ball or towel roll or whatever you have. Reach your arms up and pause here. We'll start with some little pulses. So a little pulse up, let that ball or that blanket or towel support you. One more set of 8 here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point your toes now. Lift your right leg and your left leg and your right and your left. My belly is shaking. 3, 4. It's all that vacation calories right now. Need to work those off. 6. Ball should be supporting you or blanket. 7. And 8. 8 more little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ah. Rise up. We'll be right back with the arms. So if you need to go grab your weights, go and grab your weights. And I'm going to get myself set up as well. If you're ready, bring your hands behind your hips. We're coming into a Purvottanasana incline plane. So we'll start here, and this is great work for the upper arms, the triceps, the shoulders. Hands a little bit wider than the hips. Point your toes down towards the earth and begin to lift your hips up. We'll play there, and just notice how that feels as you come into your first incline plane. And then release your hips. Adjust as needed. Again, anchor into the heels, toes are pointed. Lift up through the hips. This time we'll lift that right leg and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that right heel, lift the left leg. You notice my body is staying in a line. 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower it down and all the way down to the earth. Pause here, soften the elbows, stretch your arms and your legs. One more incline plane. And slowly lower. Begin to bend your knees now into a reverse table. So your feet are as wide or a little bit wider than the hips. Hands again are placed behind and wider than the hips. Fingers turn towards the hips. If you need to turn your fingers slightly out, that's fine, but optimal would be right there facing the hips as we do some tricep dips. So begin to lift the hips, pressing into the feet and the hands. Keep your head engaged and in line with your spine, and begin to drop and drop. 3, 4. Tiny little bends in the elbows. 6, 7. One more set of 8 here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop all the way down. We'll take a simple tricep stretch now. So bring your left hand to the back of your heart and reach for that right elbow. Left elbow with your right hand. Soften your shoulders. And we'll switch that up. Open your arms nice and wide. Give yourself a hug. Reach back for your shoulders. Relax. Staying with the arms now. I had you grab a blanket to pad your knees. So go ahead and place your knees on that blanket in a kneeling posture, and you'll need your weights. Again, I think I may have grabbed a little too heavy of a weight this morning, but TBD, right? We'll see what happens. So place your knees on that blanket, just because we'll be here for a while, right? You can curl or uncurl the toes. I will tell you that there will be a point that I'll ask you to curl your toes, so if you'd like to uncurl them for now, you're more than welcome to do that. Turn your palms forward and next to your hips, and I want you to imagine that you're serving a big tray of amazing food to your friends today on this holiday, and then lower it down. Serve the food and lower it down, or drinks. 5, 6, 7, 8 more here. We'll do 8 more full range of motion and blast it out with an 8 of the pulsing movement. Here's 5, 4, 3, try to keep your body really stable here, not swinging your body at all. Hold it up, little pulses now for 8, 7, relax those shoulders, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming into some chest expansion now. Bring the hands back and behind the hips, hanging onto those weights with your fingers. It's a small, subtle movement. Chest expansion, center. So bringing those weights next to the hips so that they're level and underneath the shoulders as you come back in. 6, 7, 8 more here. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Adding on to that chest expansion now, we'll bring those weights above our head for a big V. So bring it chest expansion all the way up to a V. Chest expansion up to a V. Nice and slow movement here. No need to go quick today. Bring it back and above your head. We've got 4 more here. 4 and up. 3, up, 2, up, last one, and up. Nice job, some bicep curls, turning the palms forward. We've got a bicep curl and a shoulder raise. Bicep curl, shoulder raise. Here's 3, 4. Give a little squeeze at the top of that bicep curl. 5. Lift, keeping those elbows soft as you extend the arms. Here's 7. And 8. Picking it up now for an 8 count. Here we go. We'll curl and lift. 2, lift. 3. Not flinging, control the movement. 4, 5. Keep the body steady, use your core. 7, 8. Last one, nice job. Coming back for some tricep, full range of motion. Now curl your toes. Bow slightly forward and extend your heart forward. Lift and lower, right next to the thighs. Lift and lower. Hang on to those weights with your fingers. I was just opening my hands into a fan. Don't do that. Keep a hold of the weights. 6, 7, 8. One more set, full range of motion, and then we'll blast out a set of 8 pulses. 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up for a set of 8 little pulses. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down, sit up, roll it back. Nice job. So we're coming towards glutes and thighs now. You'll still need that little Pilates ball, maybe your blanket, and I'll see you right back here on the mat. And we're back with glutes and thighs. So we're starting where we ended with the arm work, but we're ditching the weights for this part. Now with that being said, you're more than welcome to use the weights, especially for this first portion, but we will do a little arm waving and swimming here in a moment as well. So for this beginning portion, go ahead and uncurl your toes behind you, and we'll be doing some little pelvic tucks. Now with that being said, I don't want you to jut your thighs forward and shrug your shoulders forward like we tend to stand, right, when we get lazy during the day. This is about length, and it's about creating a little bit more space in the low back and figuring out what our neutral is. So bring your hands to your hips, hips over the knees, press down into your toenails behind you, draw your belly in, and find a lengthening to the tailbone. So your thighs are not jutting forward, your pubic bone is coming slightly forward. And then find a little arch in the low back. This is a super subtle movement, so don't over exaggerate it so you can feel it more. Let it be really subtle. So curl and back bend, tiny little back bend. And you can put your hand on your sacrum and on the front of your belly here. Curl, back bend, curl. So little tuck of the tailbone, barely noticeable, right? Just looking for some length in the low back. Dropping the tailbone down, not forward. Pay attention to your core engagement. You'll start to feel this. Subtle movement. Start to find that neutral place now. So find that space between the lengthening and the back bend, and that's your neutral. Hug into your low belly. Begin to lean yourself back, so really pressing into the tops of your feet. And then you can use your blanket, or if the blanket is too high, you can ditch the blanket. So begin to bring yourself back and sweep your left hand back to tap towards your left heel. Still keeping your core engaged, quads engaged, tapping into the tops of your feet. Sweep back left, center, and right. Again, we don't want to squeeze the tailbone towards the front of the mat. We're just looking for some length. Neutral. You should feel like your quads are working as you lean back and into the tops of your feet. Keep it going, 2 more. Last one. Bring your hands to your heart. We're leaning back into and forward into. Back into and forward into. Keep it going. Here's 3. Lift. Again, we want that pelvis in neutral. Lift. 5. Lift. 6. Lift. 7. And 8. Back to center. Nice job. Continuing with glutes and thighs, grab that Pilates ball, and we're standing up for a goddess pose. You can take a brief adjournment here in a forward fold if that feels really good on your thighs and your back body. Bend and stretch your legs. Just a little pause between the poses here. Grab your Pilates ball, or you might want to grab a weight if you don't have a ball or some type of something to hold on to. Step your feet wide. Again, you can grab that weight if you prefer it. And make sure that your goddess squat is nice and wide, that your knees are above your heels and pointed in line with the center of your feet. Strong core again here. A lengthening of the spine without jutting your hips forward. So we just want that nice neutral back here. So with the Pilates ball in front of the heart, we start with pulses. And that's it. 5, 6, 7. We've got 3 sets of 8 here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold at the bottom. Reach that ball or your weight up and above to the left and lift your left heel. We've got pulses here. 8, 7, still in that goddess squat. 4, 3, 2, 1, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that heel. Take it to the right. Lift the right heel for 8, 7, 6, 5. Core stays strong. 1 more set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring it back to center. Ball stays above the head. Little lift into and lower into. Never completely stretching the legs long. We want to keep that tension in the quads and glutes. Here's 4. Lower in 2. 5 and lower. 6 and lower. Here's 7 and lower. 8, lower. Go into 12 on this one. 10, lift up into and down into. Last one, 12. Take a wide leg fold, stretch your legs, turn your toes, and bow forward. Keep a soft bend to the knees. Whew. My legs are shaking, I don't know about you. Heel, toe, or hop your feet together. We're coming down onto the mat, bringing our legs into a 90-90 shape. So if you'd like to ditch your blanket, you can do so. So bringing yourself down and onto the mat, we'll bring that left shin parallel and the right shin back. So coming into something that looks like 90-90 here. Do my best. And then place that ball or your towel or your rolled blanket underneath that back ankle, that right ankle. Keep your weight shifting forward as much as you possibly can, but also upright, so you're mostly above the hips, but instead of leaning out to the side, you want to lean your weight slightly forward. Just lifting this right knee now. Lift and lower. Seems pretty easy, right? Until we start repeating. 5, 6, if you can bring your hands onto your thigh, you can do that. Another set of 8 here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Release that ball from underneath the ankle. We'll do simple lifts and lowers here. Lift, lower. So full range, so the whole leg is lifting, not just the knee. 5, 6, 7, 8. Little circles. We'll go forward, 2, 3, 4, and back. 2, 3, 4. Nice job. Come into a sideline position. I'm going to move my blanket out of the way here. Keeping the ball in the right hand. We'll extend the legs out. Ooh. Keeping the ball in that right hand. You can be, again, up on the forearm, or if you prefer to lie down on the upper arm, you can do that too. So flex the bottom foot and point the top foot. And we'll do a little pendulum here. 2. Keep your upper torso as still as possible, even though you're holding on to something that might be a little wobbly. And again, if you don't have that, you can use your weight, you can use the blanket, you can use the towel. Come back to center, 4 circles in one direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 circles in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rond de jambe, turn the toes up, slide the sole of your foot along the inside of the leg, and kick it up. I'm actually going to come down a little more onto my side body for this one. And again, down, slide it in, kick it up. We'll do 4 of those. Down, really engage the leg, like you just put on really tight yoga pants. So feel that energy all the way up, and as you kick your foot to the sky, coming all the way back down. Coming up, we'll bend both knees, bring that left hand to the floor. We're lifting up into a side plank and bringing it back down to this side saddle sit. So pressing into the feet, begin to lift your hips up, straighten your legs, coming into this modified side plank. That left foot will be tucked behind the right. Come back down. So we've got 4 of those, and then we have 4 thread the needles, so working that core one last time. So begin, inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, Nice full body stretch. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Lift up, arms straight up. Thread underneath. Tap the back of the ribs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, thread. Nice job. Bring it down. And we'll switch that whole thing up. So bring yourself into this 90-90 Bharadvajasana position. And that ball will be underneath the left ankle this time. Again, keep your weight as centered as possible. We want to avoid leaning off to the side, so really engaging those right obliques to keep us here in the center and the center of the core. So again, we'll lift and lower just this left knee for the first few sets. Keep your foot on your blanket, your towel, your ball. Lift, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 3 sets of 8 on this one. Keep your core toned. 4, 3, 2, 1 more set. You got it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice job. Get rid of the ball. And we'll do a simple lift with this whole leg now, including the ankle. We've got circles after that. So we've got a lift. Woo, this one's harder for me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew. Bringing ourselves down into a sideline position. So you can be up on the forearm, you can be down on your hand. I'm going to start here up on my forearm, and then I'll move down with my head in my hand. Flex that right foot, point the left toes, ball is in the left hand. Take a breath here. Whew, pendulum. Swing forward and back. 2. So the ball gives you just a little bit of unsteadiness. 5, 6. Again, you want that energy like you just zipped up your leg. Let's go 2 more here. Nice job. Come back to center. We have circles in one direction. 2, 3, 4. Circles in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got some popping and cracking going on over here. Coming down with my head in my hand for the rond de jambe. Left hand is still on the ball to create a little bit of instability. It forces me to use my core a little more. Turn those toes slightly up. Slide up the inner leg. Push up to the sky. Bring it back down. Point the toes, slide up the inner leg. Again, we want lots of energy through that long left leg. Point the toes, 2 more here. Push up. Bring it down. Last one, slide in, push up, and bring it down. My legs are shaking. All right, coming onto your back now for some bridge pose here. Bring your feet as wide as your hips. If you'd like to add a little degree of fun, you can place a ball or a block between your knees. Hands down, palms up, shoulders underneath you. Push down, we'll come up for a count of 1, 2, 3, lower down. Bring it up, 1, 2, 3, lower down. Bring it up, 2, 3, and down, up, 2, 3, lower down. I just forgot the side planks on the other side, and you guys didn't remind me. We'll have to come back and catch that. Lower it down. Lift up. I hate it when I do that. I'm still in vacation mode. Lift up. 2, 3, lower it down. This time we'll lift up. Little pulses. 2, 3. Whether you have a ball or not, it doesn't matter. Little pulses of the legs, a little more narrow, and to that hip width. 4, 5, 6, 7, hold at the top, now little pulses up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again with the pulses in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pulses up, one more set of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. You got to come back up for those side planks. My apologies. So we'll come to that side sit. The right foot is now behind the left foot. The right hand is just in front of the right shoulder. And we'll come up and do 4 side planks, 4 threads, and we're done. So pushing down into the feet, find your length, the right length for you here in this modified side plank, and then sit it back down. We've got 4 of those. Here we go. We lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Come back up for the threading. Bring it under to tap the right ribs and lift. 2 and lift. 3 and lift. And 4 and lift. Set it back down. Come into an easy seat, whatever that looks like for you. Open your arms, give yourself a nice big hug. Congratulate yourself for making it through that bar practice today, especially on a holiday weekend. Reach your arms up. Bring the left hand down, sweep your right arm up and over. Tap it down, bring it to the other side. Right hand down, left arm up and over. And one more time each side. Right arm sweeps over. And right hand down, left arm sweeps over. Bring it back to center. Fold the soles of your feet together, knees apart. We'll take a nice little fold here to end our practice together today. If you prefer to do this supine, you can bring your back to the floor and come into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees apart. Otherwise, have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your week. And thanks for joining me for Barre today. Namaste.